Hey guys, it's Studio 5 style and beauty contributor Megan Moore here, and I wanted to jump on and chat with you quickly about something that we don't talk about, but it affects many, many women, and I am talking about sagging earlobes, mostly due to older piercings. So as we age, our cartilage continues to grow, and often it falls prey to that dreaded gravity. This means that our ears and our earlobes start to travel south over time, leaving those piercings much lower on the lobe than desired. There's a few things that you can do. So first, consider this one. You can put these actual support stickers behind your lobe. So you simply attach them behind the back of your lobe, then your earring post punctures through them before you put on your back. And this supports the tissue of the lobe and keeps the post from pulling on those stretched out piercings. You can find these pretty easily on Amazon. Another option is re-piercing your ears, only slightly higher or even to the side of a stretched out hole. Your old piercing will likely not grow back in if it's older than 6 months, but it will be very unnoticeable to people around you, especially if you're wearing earrings in the new piercing. So just a couple things to consider. I hope that helps.
Megan also has good advice when it comes to piercing young kids' ears. She says, because we know that the ears continue to grow well into adulthood, be sure that kids' piercings are centered in the lobe area or even placed slightly higher, as it will migrate lower with time. Well, for women with more extreme cases, surgery sometimes is a necessary option. Sometimes it's actually the only option, really. So what does the surgical procedure look like, and how do you know if you're a good candidate? Dr. A.J. Stosich specializes in cosmetic facial surgery, and he is here to fill us in. Tell us, is this a common problem?
Daylin, it's something we see from time to time. I'm sure that most women could relate that they have maybe a sagging hole from their earrings from wearing certain types of earrings. So yes, we'll see it fairly frequently.
So I mean, I wear a lot of dangly earrings. I think most women, we do love that dangle. What are the main causes? Is it big earrings? What are you seeing the main causes of that?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the main causes that cause problems would be wearing the heavy earrings, right? Anything that's really taking that earring hole and really kind of tugging on it. The other issues that we see from time to time are people who decide to put maybe gauges in their ears, and they love doing that for some time, and then they're like, oh, I don't want this big hole in my ear anymore. Right. What can I do? And so, you know, those are kind of the typical causes.
Yeah, we're seeing pictures here, and those do leave that lasting effect. So hearing that heavy earrings, they can cause problems, I think that's a little more alarming for women who watch our show. Can that happen from just the occasional use of like the long heavy earrings, or is that more of like the chronic and heavy use of those earrings?
Yeah, I mean, you're hitting it right there. You know, it's kind of easy to understand. It's really from the chronic use. So from time to time, if you want to wear heavy earrings, you're going to be fine. But the chronic use of those and the repeated use of heavy earrings is really going to cause the problems.
Okay, and now I'm not saying I'm guilty of this, but is sleeping with earrings, is that bad?
Well, I guess you could say the other cause of these problems is trauma to the ears, right? So if you're snagging these earrings, any size of earring for that matter, on anything, or a child's tugging on it, I've seen that before. Where you have the breakthrough of the earlobe from the earring, then those things can certainly cause issues as well. So yeah, I would not recommend sleeping with earrings.
Now, will cases, do they sometimes heal on their own, or what is the likelihood of it healing on its own? Well,
once that earring hole becomes the size that it is, it's really not going to improve in its size. You can get away with wearing earrings even with a longer, you know, aperture in your earlobe, but the kicker with that is over time it's going to continue to sag, and sometimes it eventually just breaks through. Yeah.
So you mentioned scar tissue and how that can make a difference in like the healing process. Explain that to us.
Well, not the healing process per se, but if you're stretching your ears constantly, then it can develop scar tissue. Over time, some of the ear holes will get smaller. Okay, but if you continue to stretch the ear, specifically with really large gauges, that creates scar tissue. And those types of issues really have a difficult time healing on their own or getting smaller.
So if we find out that it's not going to heal on its own, it's not going to get any smaller, and it comes down to having surgery, what does that look like?
Well, again, it's really kind of personal preference. If you look at your earlobes and you say, gosh, I really don't like how these look. I would really like this to be smaller, or hey, I've got a tear through and I really don't like how that looks, even though I've got other piercings, or I've done gauges, then you can come see someone like me. I'm an oral and maxillofacial surgeon. We specialize in facial surgery, reconstructive surgery. And so ears are a very simple thing to kind of manage, but there are all certain types of options that we can do for someone who's got an enlarged earring hole that they don't like, or a tear through, or gauges. So sometimes it's a simple repair, and sometimes it's a little bit of if we want to call it a flap repair.
And then so now we've had the surgery. I'm going to ask the dreaded question. Can we have our ears pierced again?
You can.
Okay,
you
all
can.
right. He's
Absolutely.
given us the green light.
The green light. The important thing with that is allowing the ear to heal. That usually takes about, I'd say 12 weeks. Once that healing has occurred, then you can actually pierce the ear again. Usually we recommend piercing slightly away from the original site, and that may be bothersome to some, but that's the recommendation.
So bottom line, what's your best prevention practice?
Well, avoid trauma.
Avoid trauma.
Avoid heavy earrings, avoid gauges if you can, and if you've already gone that step and you don't want to do them anymore, then just come and see us. We can help you.
You're making it sound simple. I mean, other than not wearing our heavy earrings anymore. But
and everyone's going to wear some heavy earrings from time to time, right?
Okay, he's saying it's okay. All right, okay, thank you so much. Where can we get in touch with you in more details?
So Aspire Surgical.
Okay.
We have 8 locations. I have 8 board-certified partners, absolutely fantastic surgeons. I'd let them repair my earring holes if I had a problem. And we're available to see you for that and any other facial procedures you may be considering. So.
Great, thanks, Dr. Stosich.
Thank you.